Hi there, Nick Dutch here yet again. Hi there, how's it going? I know I should try and give it up, but it's been another long day, and I'm once again watching another television allegedly live ghost hunts. And I just think about the evidence that people have. I mean, there's a couple of main groups out there on TV. There's GHI, Ghost Hunters International. Then in the UK here we've got Most Haunted. And then another American one is the Transatlantic Paranormal Society. I think it's, TAS. I'm sure you've heard of them or seen them on TV. But I think about the conclusions that they come to. And I think about why they come to those conclusions. Because if you think about EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, that can only prove that some sounds can be heard on a recording device. It doesn't prove the thing which is causing it, or the thing which is believed is causing it. Alright? Same with spirit photography. If an anomalous thing appears on a screen, it means that an anomalous light thing can appear on a screen. That's what it means. It doesn't mean to say that there is a ghost there which is actually making the thing happen. The movement of a pendulum, for instance, that just proves that a pendulum can move under some circumstances. It doesn't prove that at that particular moment when the medium asked the question that it was the spirit moving the pendulum. It doesn't mean that at all. With the Ouija or talking board, if the planchette moves, it proves that the planchette moves. It does not prove that it is the spirit moving the planchette. If there is a message which comes out of the Ouija board, all that proves is that the message, or the apparent message, seems to make sense to the people who are doing the Ouija board seance. It's again not proof of ghosts. So that's the vast majority of things which ghost hunters would use, and of course including the impressions gained by mediums and psychics. And that just means that under some strange circumstances, some strange things can pop into people's heads. Just have a quick look at the screen. There we go. That's right. Now, I know this is like an entertainment show, and entertainment shows have their importance, alright? But people take these far too seriously. And they see this stuff as if it was scientific. But basically, how can it be scientific? Alright? How can it be scientific? Surely, they can record stuff. And that's good. And they can play stuff back. And that's good. But in what way is it scientific proof that there is a ghost? Because the very idea of a ghost has philosophical problems associated with it. What does it mean to exist in the afterlife and all the rest of that? And how on earth is one supposed to, when one is disincarnated, can communicate back to the physical world in ways in which are demonstrable proven contact from a ghost? How can that happen? We don't have any philosophical models of the world which can actually prove that. I mean, there are those who do claim to have this like massive esoteric wisdom, but those are religious people. That's the problem. Or those are people who've developed religious or superstitious views. Now, when I was in one witchcraft coven, the guy who was in charge of it says, "Oh, we're not superstitious." But whenever I have this bit of room in the living room, this bit of wood in the living room, the phone stops ringing. But I'm not superstitious. No. To which my response would be, yes you are, because you've developed beliefs about that bit of wood, and you think it's possessed, and you think that bit of wood is stopping your customers calling you. The hilarity goes on. Anyway, happy Halloween for people who do that sort of thing. Nick Dutch, chilling out. Speak to you in a while. Bye for now.